What's up, everybody? Thank you for watching, subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, doing all the YouTube things that make YouTube such a spectacular place. Moa here, and we are back. And if we caught our last video, we revisited my blue-white control deck in Alchemy, given the nerfing of Painful Bond. And today we're going to do something similar in Standard. Yay, more blue-white control! With one of my favorite cards ever created, one of my favorite decks built around that, and we're going to take it to the ladder and see how it goes. And that deck is Sigarda's Splendor. Yes. I love this card. It does everything I want to do. It draws cards, it gains life, it turtles the game out to make it take an hour and a half. You know, all those fun things. Well, you continue to kill other stuff over and over. This is just one of my favorite cards, and we played it, I don't know, 2 months ago. And it did okay. But let's check in, see how I would build it today, and then take it to the ladder to see how it goes. Alright, so let's start with the deck analysis. I don't do long deck techs, as you know. We just get right into the games, and I explain stuff as it comes up. So we'll just go through this real quick. I've got 5 different piles here. Pile number 3 is the one we're going to start with, and that is the 4 Sigarda Splendor, and then our 5th Sigarda Splendor, 1 Cosmos Elixir. Self-explanatory is what the deck's built around. Okay, the first column is our 2-drop column, and you want up to 20 of these. Sunset Revelry, Fateful Absence, and Revitalize, I think, are must-have 4-ofs. And then I didn't know how to split the other spots. The Potion is really, really good. It's just good. In this deck, it works somehow. And as is one of my favorite cards is Pressure Point. It's just really good to play in these blue-white control decks in Standard, I feel like, right now. So this is the configuration we're going to start with, and then we'll go from there. We'll see what we like, what we don't like, make some changes if necessary. The second column is the reshuffle column. Unfortunately, we have to add blue for this because white just doesn't really have anything that does this, and there's no colorless thing like this right now. In Standard, so this is what we have. I went 2 and 2. I have in the past gone 3 Witness a Future, 1 Devious Cover-Up. I don't know. Just the way I built it this time, not sure why. The mix, I think you need at least 4 because I find like you just get a lot of random cards getting removed at different times and stuff like that. So whether it's you doing it with Farewell or something, or your opponent doing it, it just happens. Like I want 4 ways to reshuffle, and given that we have such few win cons, there's literally only 1 blue land, the Hall of the Storm Giants, and then 1 Amaria's Call. That's the only ways to win this game. Usually you win through your opponent just giving up. So even on the ladder. So I don't know. 2 and 2 is what we're starting with. Again, we'll just start from there and see what happens. The 4th column is the Blow Up the World column, and this is another spot where it's kind of interesting mix. We obviously want 4 Doom Scars. I think that's pretty apparent. And then the rest is interesting, right? Because Farewell and Devastating Mastery both, well, Farewell doesn't have to, but Devastating Mastery will blow up your enchantments and artifacts, and it just becomes kind of awkward, right? We get this, it's not as, I will say, when we go through the games, right, it's not as awkward as it seems like it would be. But yeah, it is really weird to play a couple of Sigarda Splendors and then draw a bunch of cards, and then now you have your Devastating Mastery, or it's like, okay, in order to kill all this stuff, I have to like blow up my enchantments. So yeah, I mean, there is this awkward kind of balance. So I went with two Mastery, 2 Farewell, which doesn't have to target enchantments, of course, and then 2 Vanquish the Horde as additional wrath. So we'll start there, see how that goes. Farewell wasn't around the last time I made this deck, so it wasn't an option, but I'm going to mix some in and see how it goes. And then last but not least, the lands. Again, we have 2 win cons. There should be 4 of the pathways, but I don't have them, and I'm free to play, and I don't have any rare wild cards, so I replaced them with Cove, which Cove isn't awful. I mean, the life gain's not. I mean, I guess it helps a little, but yeah, 3 of those should be pathways, and it should only be 1 Cove. And when I post the deck list in the comments section, I will adjust that accordingly. And last but not least, like I said, our win conditions, our ways to get the game over with are basically just concession, honestly, if we're being honest. But there is one Amelia's Call, which we sometimes end up playing as land, and one Hall of the Storm Giants. When that's it. The lands. Also, I should mention that we have the new legendary lands, one blue one and one white one. These seem like awesome choices. They weren't around last time to replace basic lands. So there are no basic islands, which is fine. That hardly ever comes up. I think you just need so much white mana that it's best to run all plains in addition to the few splashing sources we have. All right, so that's it. The land count overall may seem a little low at 23, 22 plus an Amelia's Call. But the thing is, with all the cantrips in this deck, which of course you need when you're playing Sigarda Splendor, that makes it so that you just need less land. So there are some times where you kind of get a little land screwed and you're like, hey, what's going on here? I feel like this deck should have like 26 lands, but that's just not the case. I mean, so many cantrips that we're constantly casting them that you will flood considerably. But that does mean that sometimes before you start casting all your cantrips in the early game, you will kind of get stunted on your mana growth a little bit. It'll just happen that way. Sometimes we'll see it a little bit. And you can dig your way out of that sometimes, and other times you just lose. But I feel like it's correct to run less lands in this deck to avoid constantly flooding. But again, that's another thing we can adjust as we go along. All right, thank you for listening to this, and let's get to the games. All right, game one on the play. This hand is not great. I think we have to keep it. You don't want 3/4 drops in your opening hand. We drew a land. I'm sorry, we didn't draw a land. Okay, so up against mono green. We need a land. I'm going to, Fateful Absence that right away. Okay, land number 3, perfect. We're going to get a draw off Revitalize. Okay, Mammoth, alright. That's not the land we want. Okay, there we go, perfect. I think Elixir is best play here because you get your guaranteed card. And then next turn we can play Tap Land, Foretell Doomscar, and Sunset Revelry. Alright, opponent with the pressure. Yuck. Devious Cover Up, awful draw. Oh, okay, so that's interesting. I guess because I can hardcast Doomscar next turn, it's okay. I don't know how I feel about that. Let's see. Okay. So doing their Ren and 6 token nonsense, copy it with Chariot, that's fine. We're going to wipe all that away next turn with Doomscar. And they may not have an attack. Yeah, interesting that I played it that way, but we'll see how it turns out. Alright, back up to 14. Let's see what they got. Okay, they may not be getting an attack in out, and there's... Oh, wow. Okay. Storm the Festival, not good for us. Ooh. Wow. Okay. That took a turn. I don't know why opponent's playing all these big green cards, but alright. Playing a Storm the Festival deck, so... Splendor plus... Revelry, okay. Back up to 19. So board getting scary over there. Not in any immediate threat of dying, but these green decks can do like 14, 16 damage out of nowhere. Alright, so they're going back to the shenanigans, make a token. We're going to be able to Doomscar this away next turn. One of these creatures does have trample. So 15, is that enough to draw here? You'll see me constantly throughout the games checking my Sigarda Splendor versus my life total, seeing where we're at. And wow, alright. Run in 6, but didn't make another token, because I guess there's really no need for them to do that, so... Okay, I guess we're drawing from all these, perfect. So this is where Pressure Point comes in pretty well, I think. Okay, back up to 19. Okay, they're gonna try this yet again. But pressure point on Chariot means we take 0. And we draw, what, 4 cards next time? What is that? Never seen that thing before. So that's going to require us to double Wrath here. Which is not exactly where you want to be, but you can afford to spew off some cards when you're drawing 4 a turn, right? You can do, yeah, you can double Doomscar. You can double Doomscar, you can Doomscar, and then oh, okay. So decide, okay, so I kill their Planeswalker, decide not to Wrath. I guess we're setting up double Wrath next turn. Yeah, what am I saying? I couldn't double Wrath this turn anyway, because not enough mana, so you need 10 for that when they're not foretold. Okay, so yeah, we're going to take a beating this turn. An absolute beating. They might play weirdly thinking we have something, but you're seeing how bad Devious cover-up is. We just haven't had any opportunity to play it. Okay, down to 11. Mammoth, sure. Mammoth into a clearly foretold Doomscar seems strange. I decide not to play Revitalize at the end of the turn because it's not going to help me get another card, so you might want to save it till next turn. Okay. So here it is. So now we have to hope they can't play a 4-mana creature to attack, and then we should be able to win the game. See what they got. They have 6 cards in hand, so alright, play a land, see what you got. Oh boy, Storm the Festival, okay. And wow. Oh wow. We got really lucky on that. And that's going to cost them the game, right? There's no way they come back from this. There's no way they come back from this. Alright, now we just get to go off and gain, 10 life a turn or whatever. And control all their creatures. Okay, that was very fortunate. They got a land and that 2/2 off of their Storm the Festival. We've all been there. We've all been there. That was so good for us. Now they just have... I don't see any way they can come out of this. Okay, Blizzard Brawl, sure. Blizzard Brawl, yeah, there you go. Nice. Well done. Get in for, what, 4? Got it. Alright, then. We're still back to the 17 that our total's on. Okay, now! Hey! Devious cover-up. Yeah, Devious cover-up has just been really bad in this. But now we're at the point where it's good. Now we have the game under control and you have 7 lands or whatever, 8 lands. Alright, so I'll shuffle some back. See what else I got. Nothing, and yeah, like I said, this should be an easy win from here on out. Draw another Devious cover-up, so nothing horrible can come. Now I play our Potion of Healing, which I said is great in this deck. It's not great, it's good in this deck. It's a good cantrip to play early on when you're not under pressure, and then of course you get your life. You get the card back immediately, and then you get your life later when you need it to trigger Splendor. And we're just going off here. Feels like one of those games where we finish at 60 life. I should note that you don't want 3. You don't really want 3 of the card draw cards in play at once. What am I doing? I have to discard. So at some point you will like wrap them away or whatever. Because you can die. I have definitely died to decking and myself if in these games. Not this time, but in the past I've done it. Definitely it's on my list of things that's happened to me. So, alright, so I'm gonna bounce their token so they can't do their shenanigans. Okay, fine, you can attack for 4. No trample, doesn't matter. We're at an effective like 70. And okay, I don't play anything else. Okay, so now I draw a Farewell, and what I can do is I can sacrifice my potions over the next few turns, and then kill creatures and artifacts. And I think that's what I decide to do. I can even kill my enchantments if I want to get them out of play and just keep one. Like, replay the one out of my hand. This is the thing that actually comes up. Like the embarrassment of riches kind of scenario. Let's see what they got. Yeah, this game is effectively over. Unless, I'm trying to think of something they could have. There are some big green non-counterable things, but we have targeted removal in hand. Fateful Absence, 2 Fateful Absence, and a Devious Cover-Up, so, okay, I guess I'll triple block this, whatever. They're just simply not going to get me for any more damage unless, I don't know, something crazy happens. Okay, so now here's my plan, start sacking. I can wipe the board, they're down to 4 cards, I can replay a Splendor. If I don't kill my Splendors initially. Let's see. See if I choose enchantments. No, I didn't. Alright, so now the game's under control. Just need to find a win con or hope they concede. I mean, they have 5 cards in their hand, so I'm not exactly sure. Okay, Mammoth Short. Okay, let's start reshuffling. Alright, what we're doing, got a discard. And again, it is not on your opponents to concede these spots. I won't judge anyone. Like, if you have 5% to win a game or whatever, and you want to fight it out and you want to try to win, that's fine. That's, you know, Magic is what it is. For me, I would have conceded the game in half an hour ago in opponent's shoes, but it's not necessary. And also, we don't know what they have in hand, so I don't begrudge anyone that. But sometimes, you know, it's like they're roughly, depending on what they have in hand, I don't know, maybe they have another color or something, I don't know. But they're roughly like 1% to win this game, so. And okay, alright, finally they just pack it in. Alright, we got out in front of the green deck, we were able to stabilize and went a long way towards winning. Alright, next game. Okay, on the play against Green Man 6907.
Nice.
This hand is everything we want in hand from this deck. We are a little short-handed. Okay, so it looks like some green, white enchantment nonsense, or maybe all 3 colors of runes. But okay, drawn out of it. So you do end up with these hands, like I've said, where you have like 2 lands in your opening hand, but you have 4 cantrips, so eventually you'll just get through it. And sometimes you don't, and you die, that's fine. But alright, so opponent on some what looks like it's going to be enchantment nonsense. We can stabilize the ground. We're at 23. Okay, we knew we'd see that guy, right, the Weaver. I guess trade 2 for 1 in this. Sure, because the Doomscar is coming, so I think I should just play my legendary land. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Doomscar, cool. May seem like a bit of a waste of a Doomscar, but the thing is, they get that shenanigans going with the Weaver, and they trigger something twice before you see it coming, and next thing you know, they're attacking you with a Machiko's Reign of Truth guy or whatever. It's just like kind of scary. So, figure just get the 2-for-1, get out of the way. We have tons of powerful cards in our hand that will easily win us a game if we survive long enough. So, okay, another Weaver of Harmony. Alright, that's gonna die. Okay, so I Fateful Absence here. That's interesting. I probably should have just taken the hit and then vanquished the Horde. I don't know why I didn't do that, but okay. Oh yeah. One of the best things to do to runes is Fateful Absence in response to a rune. It's my favorite thing. They do get the card back eventually, but and this opponent cracks a clue immediately, so... Alright, yeah, I mean, this should be an easy win for us from here on out. We do need a card draw spell. Alright, let's get rid of that. Shuffle some stuff in. Perfect. Do need a Splendor or the artifact. Okay. Rune on a land. You know you're in a good spot where they're playing Rune on the land just for card draw. Okay, play a land. Devious Cover Up. Hold that up. We are a Cosmos Elixir or Sigarda's Splendor away from locking this game up, I feel like. Okay. There it is, right on cue. Perfect. Get our card immediately. That's what I like about Elixir when you're over 20. Alright. Double Haunting is fine. We can Wrath. Wow, okay. We can Wrath for days. We have Devious Cover up, so I think allowing that to resolve is fine. Besides, I already had one in play, so... Yeah, we'll just Wrath here. It's fine. Keep getting cards, and then eventually we'll get to the point where we Devastating Mastery the entire board away. Okay, keep playing stuff. We're just going to Wrath those, too. Yeah, Wedding Announcement is fine. Very impressive board. That opponent just built one turn. Okay, so actually Farewell is great. Yep. Perfect. Farewell. Oh my. Wow. Wow. Magic is easy sometimes, people. Let's see if they just pack that in. There's no coming back from that, right? Okay. Visitor, we can, we have Fateful Absence up for if they try to suit up their guy. I give opponent a nice for attacking for 4 when I'm at 38 with their land. Like, okay, yeah, there you go. Building up some stuff. Let's see if they go to suit it up. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess they have to bait me into using Field of Ruin at some point. I guess they kind of sniffed out that we had Fateful Absence if they use their enchantment from the graveyard. Alright, shuffle these back in. Perfect. Farewell is so good when we had... they only had creatures and enchantments and we had our only artifacts. So like I said, there's definitely some awkwardness in between blowing up everything and having your enchantments and artifacts in play, but you can kind of work around it sometimes. There have definitely been times where I've had to kill my Sigarda Splendors just to stay alive, and it feels horrible. And like I said about them, when they're playing runes on land just for card draw, you know that's great for us. A sign that's great for us is when we're discarding Sigarda Splendors instead of playing them. That's always the sign that we are doing pretty well in this game. Alright, yeah. Tap that down, and then we'll just Wrath next turn. Actually don't have a Wrath. But it's not going to matter. They are going to get a hit in here. Oh, I guess I can bounce. Yeah, I mean, I could bounce something, but it just doesn't matter at this point. Yeah, I don't even use my Otawara. Get in there. Boom! Hit him with a token. That's a sign that Vanquish the Horde is coming. Alright, so this should do it. They have almost no outs. Okay. Play the Hallowed Haunting. Honestly, I think I just countered this so that they would scoop. And I didn't have to find that land to attack them with. Although I do have a Marius Call at hand, so I can just start playing Angels next turn. Alright, play some Angels. Okay. Alright, got him. Very nice. Nice and clean. They never really had a chance to kill us at any point. Alright, third game of the video on the play, and yes, this hand is excellent. Keep in mind that these coves, of the 4 coves in our deck, 3 of them should be pathways. So I wouldn't have all these, but yeah, just all the cantrips. We'll draw into our lands. We have a Farewell. And looks like, okay, so Black-White Angels is something that we've seen quite a bit lately. Thanks to this new card that they have in play that's really powerful. It's a great matchup for us. Absolute great matchup for us. We just wrath their board over and over again, and they have those enchantments that make angels and make them double strike and things like that. But yeah, generally they almost can't win this matchup. They just can't do damage quick enough. As you can see, we're just setting up. We're still at 20, it's turn 4, we're just setting up. Upkeep, tap their guys so they can't get mana from it. God. I give them a nice... I love opponents that just constantly tap. Every time you kill or tap down something of theirs that produces mana, they tap for it. Even though they have just nothing to play or anything. Just let the mana die. Gotta tap it. Okay, so they go get Legion Angel, which is fine. Like, that's not... We can easily grind our way through 4 Legion Angels with this deck. I don't even care. If I can get one with Devious Cover Up, I will. But there's no... like, immediate danger. Alright, let's see what we got. So now we're kind of stalled on lands again. Have another cantrip in our hand. So I imagine it's Foretell Doomscar and play either Revitalize or... I can't get a card off Sunset Revelry, so... Maybe it's... Okay, so I don't do either. I guess I leave up. Let's see what they got. Alright. Okay. Alright, so I'm wondering why I let that resolve. Okay, there's Sigarda Splendor. Beautiful. So I'm at 16. So I won't be able to trigger it this turn. Or I guess I can sack both. Sack one now, sack one during my upkeep. Let's see if I do that. Alright, opponent sacks a clue. Draw a card. And Legion Angel. Okay, so I do decide to do that, sack both, so that I can get my card from Sigarda Splendor. And then I'm going to need an untapped Land of Wrath here, which I get. Perfect. Vanquish the Horde is even better than Doomscar. You always want to use your Vanquish the Hordes if you can, over the Doomscars. Alright, grab it. Legion Angel, like I told you, Legion Angel, not an issue. Okay, so choose the Wrath here. I think just, yeah, I mean, keep the board clean and get your card. Is that the last Legion Angel? Okay, good. As I promised, not a concern at all. Alright, have Devious Cover Up in case they have... alright, let's see, Apparition. Yeah, I think that's fine. That's a fine counter. I mean, the only way... there's almost no way for me to lose this game except, like, run out of cards. So yeah, I think anything that keeps my, like, Splendor in play is fine. Okay, they can play that thing. That's totally fine. Farewell their stuff away. Alright, so this is interesting, right? I guess here I'm deciding to take a hit because why else play Sunset Revelry? Oh, okay, no. Alright, this is a strange sequence of plays, I guess. I'm not sure what I was thinking there. Alright, shuffle. Reshuffle and find Doomscar, okay. And Doomscar it is. And, okay, they give up now. We're just one more Splendor or Elixir away from winning. Alright, got him. Okay, made it to bronze tier 2. Dare I say, achievement unlocked. Alright, we are on the draw. This hand is fine. Okay, opponent on mountain. Alright, Harvester. You knew it'd only be a matter of time until we ran into this nonsense. So many people playing like black, red, tokens, Ob Nixilis, Mirror Breaker, all that nonsense. I hate these decks so much, but this is a part of the meta. It's certainly not a good matchup for us, though. It's winnable. You just need smooth draws to beat them. That's the thing. You can't stumble, you're just dead. Alright, so this seems to be more of a sacrifice theme than others that we've seen so far. You don't see Warlock class much. You don't see Dispute, I feel like, nearly as much in the red-black as you used to. Alright. So, not much pressure on early. Always scared of Ob Nixilis. Again, I don't know if Ob Nixilis is any good, but it definitely crushes us. I don't know. We'll see how the meta shakes out if Ob Nixilis becomes playable or not playable. This commentary may look stupid in a couple weeks, where like Ob Nixilis is like the best card in the format and everyone's playing this type of thing, but we'll see. So they play Unicult Anvil, which is a huge problem for us. So what you have to do against these decks is draw cards, gain life, stay alive, and then once you like wrath their board completely, with all their permanents, Stensia Uprising, yikes. Alright, so when you wrath their board of everything with a mastery, then you'll just win. But it takes a while to get to that point, and a lot of times you just don't. You lose before then. I mean, they have so much value that it's hard to just get everything. Alright. So at 15, got to keep an eye on Stensia Uprising, because that is scary. And you're always against these decks, just trying to figure out, like, hey, do I wrath their creatures? Do I care about their creatures? Like, their planeswalkers are more important. Sometimes they'll get Lolth down, and it's like really a disaster. But so let's see what we do here. All right, creatures and okay. So farewell creatures and artifacts. Perfect. Ugh, another Oni Cult Anvil right off the top. So painful. Even without our life gain, Oni Cult Anvil's a problem. Okay, so wow, second Splendor is great for us. That may be enough to. They're down to just 3 cards, so that may be enough to hold them off. We do have the Mastery in hand, which again, 2 Splendors plus Mastery in hand is very awkward. All right, so they're leveling up to level 3. Which means what? They can hit us for what? Like 14 with Uprising? Yeah, this is not easy. Summon attack, which means that definitely a Wrath is coming of some sort. Let's see if I play Doomscar. Let's see if I cast one from hand. Still have a land drop left. Okay. Play the Foretold Doomscar and the Hall of the Storm Giant Step, and then foretell another Doomscar. Okay. We have Revitalize for the end of their turn if necessary. Alright, Meathook Massacres. Again, it's another card that is a problem for us because we're constantly wrathing all their tokens and playing a game where we need to survive on life total, right? So okay, let's see what we got here. Alright, so triple Revitalize pretty much guarantees that we will be drawing 3 cards next turn. That's why I didn't play those at the end of the turn. Yikes, this is getting scary though. We're going to have to kill everything. Or at least creatures and enchantments. So maybe we hit our second. 1 foretells or farewells in the graveyard, so we'll see. Opponent just destroying me down to 7. Well, we're going to gain 15 here, right? Yeah, I do it now in case they have some instant. Yeah, triple. And again, Wizards, I asked the question, what is the point of the Resolve All button if I have to click through them all anyway? Does anybody know? Alright, here we go. So 3 cards. And now... Okay, what are we doing? Now it doesn't seem as scary. Well... Okay, kill all this stuff. That's living pretty dangerously. That's living pretty dangerously, but it's just tough to grind through all that. It's just so tough to grind through all those. The Oni called Anvil. Oh, okay. Well, they conceded. They weren't dead, but then we drew Splendor off the top, so we were going to win that game. Alright, somehow beat that matchup. Made it look a little easy, but that is a tough matchup for us. Alright, on to the next one. Alright, on the play with another good hand. Couple cantrips. Okay, mono white looks like. Mono white could be a pretty good matchup for us. Okay, white red, alright. Why do opponents that play Stonebinder's Familiar always draw like 2 or 3 of them at once? Oh, there you go. Elite Spellbinder. I hate this nonsense. But whatever, it's just not my style. I shouldn't judge because it just isn't my style. Let's see what they take. So they'll probably take either our pressure point or our mastery. The thing about taking my pressure point is that it leaves me in no play. Oh, wow. Wow. They took Witness the Future. That's strange. Alright. Front Doom Scar, Foretell it. Play a potion. Alright, get in there. Big attack from opponent coming up. Oh! Mash me. Okay. Hope that was fun, opponent. We don't want to glow just yet. They have like, what, 5 cards in hand. But we're in a great spot right now, despite being only at 7 life. We do have a mastery. Okay, wow. Stonebinder's Familiar. Portable hole, take your potion. Sure. That's a thing. Can't believe they took that Witness the Future. Alright, let's see what they got. Okay. Alright. Okay, so I missed the sack potion untap and then play Devastating Master to get my other potion back? How did I not do that? Or maybe I didn't want a mastery. What is this thing? I'm just going to kill that immediately. I don't even want to read that. I don't even want to read that. Okay, so now I can... Perfect. Now I can Devastating Mastery. Although I guess I don't want to now, right? Because Splendor is in play. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. I don't know why I didn't do any of that earlier. I don't like how I've played this game. And that's the thing. If you've never recorded your matches and then watched them back and be like, what am I doing there? Then, you know, that's a good way, I feel like, to kind of adjust your play. Now, if you're watching your play and then you feel like you would do everything the exact same way you did it, you know, that means either you play very well or... You're not being honest about the best possible lines to take in every scenario. But it's definitely an interesting thing to do, I found. It's made my play. It's made me look back and be like, oh, wait a minute. Why did I do that? I shouldn't be doing that. All right, Witness the Future. Get back. Absence, okay. Got Devious Cover-Up up. Okay, counter that. Get out of here. That nonsense. Of course, I always have 2 more when you counter. Alright. Revitalize to get a card off Splendor. Okay, that's a great draw, Revelry. Okay, they pack it in. They weren't dead, but we definitely had control of the game, and it looked good for us. Alright, that's a wrap for today. Thank you for watching, everyone. I love Sigarda's Splendor. You should build it, play it. It's cool. I love it. It's not for everybody. I get it. Some people just want to beat down and attack. Not me. I want to dirtle, gain life, draw cards, play cantrips that gain life and draw more cards, and just, end the game at 73 life. That's my thing. Alright, thanks for watching, and leave comments. Let me know if you liked it, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.